Simply because Patrick didn't have the balls to uninvite Drika to his housewarming, now we in the living room of Brian's and they about to tear it down. Y'all out of order for this, but let's get into it. Cue the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Kandi and the Gang. I want to say it's episode 7 or 8. I'm going to fix it in the thing, but it's one of them, 7 or 8. Girl, look, this is the second side of what the hell done happened with Patrick not inviting Drika into the house after that girl came all the way over there. Which Drika, I wouldn't have came anyway, but I mean, to each his own. But yeah, this is the aftermath of all of that stuff. And it's a lot. So let's get into it. So the episode opens up. Drinking behind the bar talking about the host stand, I'm sorry, saying that everything is all dirty and they're like, child is cleaner than your house, caught that. And then you got OLG on the flip side saying that they want to do dating profiles. Now, I ain't gonna lie, OLG look good. I'm Bertha ain't here for it. I'm Bertha say, baby, I don't need no man. I ain't trying to do all that. But you know, Mama Joyce took her photo. She looked nice. They all look nice. They could give men's. Don't get no younger ones, ladies. They're gonna try to use you for your money. Go ahead on, get y'all some men's OLG. We move to the next scene. Drika and June meet up with Dom. No, okay. Drika and June meet up for lunch or dinner, whatever it was, with Dominique at this restaurant. And Drika asked how was the party. So then, Dominique was like, oh, it was regular, schmegular, ain't had no chairs, wasn't nothing really going on. But Dominique says Patrick claims that he didn't invite them at the last minute. Like, so before that, he was okay with them coming because he literally invited them. And then last minute, he was just like, oh, they not invited. So now this brings on the conversation with June asking Dominique why she wasn't a good friend and coming down there to check on Drika. Because he felt like, look, if we come together, we leave together. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm with that. That's my belief too. If I come with you, I'm leaving with you. Now we can fight when I get out the car and you drop me back off, which is why I don't ride with people. But if I come with you, I'm leaving with you. That's just on me. But Dawn felt like she didn't do nothing wrong. She was like, I'm upstairs with my coworkers. It's not like I left you out at a club. You know what I mean? It was a work event. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But on the flip side, Dominique is like, why is your man checking me? Like, you just gonna sit up here and try to check me all day? Because that's not what we doing, Fed. Like, you not about to come check me. And Drika's sitting there being quiet, and I'm just like, Drika, get your man. I get it if he's confronting other men, but this is another woman. This is not his place to be asking Dominique about her friendship and the state of it and why she should have and shouldn't have and all of this stuff. That's not his place. If you had an issue with Dominique, you should have spoken with Dominique, not your man. And I get he want to take up his girl, but it's looking really not cute, friend. It's not cute. I don't like it. But like Dom said, Dominique said, you're not going to check all her friends. Like, is that what you're trying to do? Because if that's the case, you're not about to do it to me. Not over here, cat. Go ahead on, mind your business. But Drika's in the confessional saying that's her man that she gonna stick beside him. Well, like, girl, I sure hope he can help you fight. Because Dominique don't look like she the one or the two. Let's move on. Todd asked Patrick how he felt about the housewarming. And basically, Patrick was saying he felt like more people would have showed up. Or he was happy about the amount of people that showed up. Something of that nature. And Todd basically is outside in the parking lot with Patrick saying, look, you look different now. You're not the same. Like, you need to get yourself back together. Like, this Safari girl has literally came in and changed you. And I don't really like it. As this is happening, a matte black Benz pull up. Now, I don't know nothing about cars. Don't ask me. Don't know nothing about them. But it looked like it was a nice one. I don't know the model number or none of it. But it turns out it's June. June get out the car. And, with the bow on it. It's a nice little red bow on it. And I feel like it was just a stunt, for Patrick. At this point, both of y'all childish, if you ask me. But, I mean, if it's going to get me a new car, be childish all you want. But, yeah, he pulled up on Patrick and Todd. And Patrick basically let him know it's $10 to park. Child, June gave Patrick $9. And Patrick said, I'm going to need that other dollar. You got money to buy matte black Benzes. You need to come on up out of that other dollar. I could have hollered. But as this happening, June wants June asked why they couldn't come into the party. June asked Patrick, well, look, bro, we came over there in good faith. Like, what was the big problem? Why couldn't we come into the party? Patrick tried to blame it on Safari and was like, well, my girl didn't really feel comfortable or nothing. So that's the only reason y'all didn't come in. And I'm like, Patrick, you got to stand on your square, bro. Like, if that's what it was, then that's what it was. But also say, I wouldn't even throw my girl under the bus. I would have been like, because I didn't want y'all to come. What are you going to do? I mean, at that point, I don't know. I just wouldn't even throw my girl under the bus. But, Todd is basically saying maybe y'all need to get together and just chop it up and have a dinner. We could set something up where y'all can get together and, you know, iron out y'all differences, and that'll make everything better. As this happening, June wants Drika to come downstairs, so he calls her and tells her to come on downstairs. He got a surprise. Now, the whole stand and the line is wrapped around the corner. Drika was just like, well, hold up. Who gonna watch the whole stand? It don't matter. I'm on my way. Girl left the people outside. No wonder the reviews were so bad. Girl. Anyway, Drika goes downstairs and June introduces the new car to her. She is freaking out. She honks the horn. All the people come down there to look at the car. Patrick is over there looking like he mad, but he ain't gonna say nothing because he don't want to look mad. The whole damn restaurant downstairs, and like Ty said, well, who the hell is running the restaurant if everybody down here? Like, what is going on? He asked Torin. He said, well, Torin, who's doing the host stand? Torin said Rashad doing the host stand, but y'all turn around, Rashad was out there too. Ty said y'all can rotate, but y'all gotta do, you know, y'all can't all come down at one time. Brian and everybody get in the car, they excited. Dominique comes down. When Dominique comes down, Drika and her are hugging and I love the fact that Torrance said he just want to see all his friends level up. That's the type of people I need around me. I think it was a good, a good deal outside of the restaurant being neglected. You know what I mean? And then also June trying to stunt for Patrick. Because I'm pretty sure he can get Kandi to give him some money to get Safari a call. Now, will she do it? I don't know. But yeah, that wasn't cool. So now, as people are starting to dissipate, June goes up to the guys. June goes up to, I want to say it was Torrin, Brian, and Rashada was like, so what's up? What happened with the party? Like, none of y'all ain't come down there. And Torrin was just like, look, your girl, if she got something to ask me, she can ask me. But I don't think it's right that your man is over here asking me and questioning me. But like Torrin said, like, I came downstairs. I don't know what else she wanted me to do. And he did. He literally did come downstairs. Dominique didn't come downstairs, but he did. I'm just saying, I don't know what else they wanted him to do. So we moved to the funeral, girl. It's the Pepe send-off, the Pepe funeral. One of Brian's good toupees that he has had so many good times with. It's time to go it on the glory. Everybody arriving, they all black. Brian comes out in his veil looking like a grieving widow, and I lost my mind. I was like, you know what? This is what I'm talking about right here. Yeah, Brian comes out with his veil and all that stuff. Drika said, look, I ain't got time. I got places to be, people to see. Hurry up, let's get the funeral over with so we can get up out of here. So they do the funeral. Brian passes out. You know, black funerals. You know, when somebody got to pass out. Even if they don't even know the person, somebody got to pass out. But Brian passes out. The funeral over. Now it's the repast. I was surprised he didn't have them egg rolls. Or maybe he did and I missed them. But now we at the repast. This prompts Torrin to ask Drika, why is your man going around on this checking tour trying to check everybody? And Drika was like, well, he just have my back. And if he wanted to know why y'all wasn't loyal, then he could ask. But just like Torrin said, girl, I came downstairs. What else you wanted me to do? Patrick was the one uninvited you at the last minute. What are we saying? Like, what are we doing at this point? Like, girl, tell you and your little man, go sit down somewhere. Have several. That's basically what Torrin was trying to say. That's what I'm saying, girl. June, go sit down. But Drika was like, look, I ain't got time for this. I'm getting up and get up out of here. Drika left, and that ends that scene. So we move to the next scene. Ty and Kandi is showing up at this spot to meet up for the triple date. So it's Ty, Kandi, Safari, Patrick, June, and Drika. They got this triple date. Now everybody's supposed to be dressed down, but it turns out, I want to say Safari and Patrick came dressed up. I don't know if it's like some arcade fun type of thing. I don't know what it was, but a couple of them was overdressed. So they sit down and basically, Kandi asked how they officially met. Well, first she asked if they officially met each other, and they say no. So she introduced them. And then Safari feels like this whole thing is unnecessary because she ain't no child. She don't need to be sitting up here at no arcade to be introduced to them. Safari, you seem so bitter and so negative. Like, I would not want to ever be around you. Like, ever. I don't care how successful you was. I would never want to be around you. But Ty feels like he thought they should meet. And June asked basically what was the problem? Like, why couldn't we come into the thing and show that we were there in good faith? It wasn't no big issue. Safari's response was, I didn't know y'all, so I didn't know what y'all energy was going to be. But then Safari, then why would you just assume it was going to be negative? Why not try to get to know them? Like, I'm confused. Like, you want to sit up here and say you didn't invite them in because you didn't know them, but you automatically assumed the worst? The girl with her man now. Come on now. They work together, y'all don't. If they want to be sleeping around and messing around, they ain't nothing none of y'all can do, June or Safari. Y'all need to stop it. You can't control nobody. You just can't. But anyway, Ty asked how Patrick met Safari, and basically, she says, no, let me back up. Ty asked how June and Drika met, and they was honest and said, look, we met on Tinder. And Drika said 2 months later, we were engaged. June responds and says, look, this girl showed me things that I never knew. I never thought it was going to be like this. Thought it was on some hookup stuff, but it turns out she was the love of my life. Cool. Well, now, it turns out they asked Patrick and Safari the same thing. And Safari says, oh, yeah, I seen him on Instagram. He been trying to get at me for like 2.5 years. But, I really just thought he was a trick. Record scratch. Kandi was like, a trick? So Kandi and Ty was just like, a trick? Like, are you serious? Like, what the hell? And then Kandi asked her, what exactly is a trick? She was like, you just look like somebody that you sleep with and they pay you. I'll say, oh, Lord. A trick and a prostitute. You got to be more careful. Kandi ain't like that. Ty was just dumbfounded. Ty was just looking like, what? But, Patrick is a little slow. Patrick is trying to keep help up for her. It was just like, it's not like that. If Patrick gets in his confessional and say, I ain't never been a trick. If anything, I'm a player P. And the only thing I've given women was some D's. Something sounding real pimp-ish. But we all know Patrick ain't no pimp because he's being pimped. That's what we know. The next scene, the managers are sitting around talking. And Philip asked Brandon if he had come up with a plan on who's going to get the hell up out of there. Brandon is trying to sit up there and say, well, you seen us at the event. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't think any of us need to leave. Don Juan jumps in the middle and says, no, bruh. Like, this is very unbecoming of the restaurant. It's going to cause a conflict of interest. One of y'all got to go. Like, at the end of the day. Don Juan is basically holding on to the fact that this is a thing and it has to be addressed. As this is happening, Dominique walks up. And Dominique was like, oh, hey, what y'all talking about? And basically he says one of them gotta go. Dominique feels like she been there the longest. She ain't going nowhere. But Dominique, you barely be there. But at the end of the day, I think Patrick should be the one to go. I mean, not Patrick, Lord. I think Brandon should be the one to go because you're the manager. You're the one who stepped out of the box before anybody. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry I said what I said. But they'll figure that part out. The next scene, Ty and Patrick are at the barbershop. And Patrick says he needs advice because he always looked at Ty as a mentor. So basically, Patrick wants to propose to doggone Safari. But Ty is just like, are you sure, bro? She just called you a trick in front of your family. Like, this is Ty's position. The way you talk about her is not the way that she talks about you. You say you're twin flames, you're this, that, and the third. She's the person who's saying, oh, I thought he was a trick. Patrick, like a battered woman, has excuses to make, and he goes, well, that's not how she is. She's different. I understand her. She understands me. She just doesn't have a good way of explaining it, yada, yada, yada. Ty was just like, man, look, I'm ready to pull a plug on all this shit. And I'm saying, Ty, this is not your relationship. You can't pull no plugs. But yeah, Ty ain't feeling it. And I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't feel it neither. We move to the next scene. Safari meet up with Kandi. And they at this restaurant, and Safari is searching high and low for vegan options. For the life of Safari, she can't understand why everybody in the world is eating meat. Well, Safari, because you need it. I don't care what nobody said. Say what I said. But she's looking for vegan options. I don't know if she ordered some soup or something. But anyway, Kandi ended up saying that having a conversation and saying that she's very overprotective of Patrick. She's like his auntie mama. And she didn't like the fact that you called him her son cousin a freak. A trick. Like, she did not appreciate you calling him a trick, like, at the end of the day. So Safari was just like, look, it's not what I meant. I'm just basically saying that I said that because of his interactions on Instagram. He had a whole bunch of girls. He one of them dudes in everybody inbox. That was the impression he gave off to me at the time, but that's just not how I feel about him. I'm actually in love with him. He's the person that I see my life with, you know. So now this gives Kandi a warm and fuzzy. She was like, oh, okay, I'm glad we got a chance to talk about that. But in my mind, I'm like, girl, don't trust her. I'm just saying. But they play like that because, like Kandi said, you speak differently about him the way he speaks about you. Like, it's just a different way y'all communicate about each other. We move to the next scene. We're at Brian's house for cocktails. This is the scene behind me, Lord. So we at Brian's house for cocktails. Cocktails, more cock than tails, child. Everybody arrives, as you can see. Everybody is there. Okay. So Torrin asks Drika what happened on the triple date. Drika lets all of them know that she enjoyed the date, but apparently Safari thinks Patrick is a trick. And everybody was just like, a trick? What? Like, what the hell? So everybody's shocked by that, but not me, for some odd reason. Safari just gives off, I think he's a trick vibes. So, in this, I want to say, was it Torrin or somebody asked Drika, so nobody brought up the housewarming? And why did they say this? Well, child, Drika said, yeah, they brought it up, and, you know, they feeling some type of way. Well, I feel some type of way. My man feels some type of way because basically nobody came to check on me. Like, nobody came to check on me. Rashad goes on to say, I feel the whole party was boring. Boring as hell. It was just the most boring thing I've ever been to. I actually told Dominique she should have came checked on you, and she didn't. Dominique goes, when was this? And you know the producers is messy. They played the flashback. He did. But Dominique, you didn't go check on her. But either way, Drika was just like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. You didn't come. Me and my man felt some type of way about it, but, you know, we'll be all right. We'll be fine. So, Dominique feels like they trying to make it like she's not a good friend, and basically tells Rashad to keep her name out of his mouth. Rashad said, well, actually, I didn't say your name. Torrin said, but you implied it was her. But Rashad goes, listen, I said what I said. You wasn't a good friend. You should have came out there, and you didn't. That's just that. Dominique turns up. Rashad gets up and says he's getting ready to leave because he don't have time for this. Dominique was like, oh, if you want to be like that and get drugged over here, you can get drugged over here. But you going to stop playing with me and yada, yada, yada. I can bring you all the drama you searching, you know, the yada, yada, yadas. But my thing is this. I feel like, Rashad, you do be messy, though. You do be messy because, well, where your energy be at when you need the energy? You're around there snitching on people. And furthermore, you sitting up there trying to console Drika, but did you come down there and check on her? But on the flip side, he was right, Dominique. You damn sure should have came down there and checked on the girl. You did come with her, damn. Like, you could at least stuck your head out the window and say, all right, girl, call me when y'all make it home or something. You didn't go around there. So you can't be 100% mad at Rashad, but I understand being mad at Rashad because Rashad, you did do too much. That's just my opinion. You did. They get into this hard-out broil, this whole fight, because basically Dominique was just like, I don't appreciate that. So when Rashad walks off, she tells Brian, you my friend, but I'm telling you, don't put me in the company of somebody like that no more because he is not the people or the person that I need around me. Brian feels like Rashad has a point. Brian feels like if I come with you, we leave together. Like, that's just the way it goes. You don't just come with me somewhere and then you disappear. Again, I feel the exact same way. But like Brian said, he minded his business. He don't want no smoke with none of this. That's between them. You know, I don't have nothing to do with that. But Drika felt like it was Torrin's fault. But Torrin said it can't be my fault because I didn't know you was uninvited until we got there. Period. And it's not. It's Patrick's fault. We move to the last scene. Kandi go see OLG. And then Patrick is coming to see, I guess it's Aunt Bertha. So it's only Aunt Bertha, Kandi, Mama Joyce, and Patrick's mom. He wants to go talk to the ladies about proposing to Safari and see if they'll have his hand in acceptance or they'll give him their acceptance. He also makes mention, which was a good thing, that Patrick wants to talk to her father about actually doing the proposing. Now, Kandi basically was like, at first I would have been on the fence, but after that conversation I had with Drika, I don't have an issue with it. His mom is on board with it. Everybody is on board with it. He shows us the ring, which was a beautiful ring. He's ready to just move forward with this doggone engagement. Now, this is my thing. It could be a little moving too fast. Do I think he just want to propose because he in competition with Drika and her man? Probably. It's giving those type of teas. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It actually would not surprise me at all. That's kind of the tease it's giving me. But basically, Bertha says, you my son. And even his mama said that, you my son. But I know you. And I know you wasn't ready prior to. And, Patrick said, I was doing my thing. I went to college. I had a different lifestyle. Bertha said, baby, look, 4 out of 4, you was a hoe. You was a hoe. That's all you got to say. You ain't got to say where you was. You was a hoe. And them old women be knowing because they know hoes from back in the day. Okay? But that's how that episode ended, child. Good luck, Patrick. Good luck. I don't know how I really feel about the relationship, but it ain't for me to feel no way about it. That's y'all. But we'll see, I guess. Yeah, okay. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. It was a little rah-rah, but it wasn't all that. It was a little rah, not a rah-rah. Just a little rah, Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, child. And don't forget to let me know how y'all thought. I guess just subscribe, please. And thank you. A bitch trying to make a couple of dollars now. It's getting out of hand. It's a lot of work. Okay? Yeah. I will see you hoes later. Bye.